Hello, this is Julius Sanchez. A few things I want to show you guys on how what we're going to be working on here. We're going to import a an external object into the game engine, the S2 Engine HD. So here's the actual build that I'm doing. As you can see, we're moving a little slow. I mean, that's fine when you want to look at some objects, in detail. But if it's too slow for you to move around, just got to do this. This was one of the biggest things I couldn't figure out was how to go this fast. So when it made sense. Alright, so let's bring it back down. So like I said, today's tutorial is going to be about importing an object from a 3D package. And right now, we're going to go ahead and do it in Maya on the Challenger. So this is the Challenger. You could see this is my doesn't have any tires because in the future tutorial I'm gonna go ahead and make this into a physics-based vehicle where it bounces around just like the tutorial. But this is a little different because I'm using an external object, and I'm not gonna do it today. It's gonna be in the next lesson. But right now we're just gonna go ahead and try to get this inside the S2. A few things that you want to know about doing game designing is the poly count has to be really low. Right now this thing is 157,000. It's too big, so we're going to reduce that. But before we do that, there's some requirements that we got to do. For one thing, all these has to be combined. Just go ahead and combine it, so now it's one piece. So we can go ahead and export that. All right. And before you export it, you gotta all these right here are history, so I want to go ahead and delete that. I'm just showing you guys this. I'm not going to really save this because I like to keep it as a default. So, but you could delete the history and all that stuff will go. And that's, and normally you want to go ahead and freeze the transformation, so that way it's at ultimate or absolute zero, all the settings. Alright, so now you want to export this as FBX. Use any tool you want to lower the poly count. You could load it up into Mixamo. I'm sure there's other places that does that. But what you want to do is get it to a manageable size. This is 36,000. That's not bad. So we're going to go ahead and stick with that. So now that I have it all, what you call it, lowered the polygon, we could actually go ahead and export this. I'm gonna check something real quick. How come this thing isn't changing? Headlights. So the lights on this should change, but it's not. Huh. Interesting. I think it's because I have see if it changes. There you go. There's another it's a good thing I figured that out before we did anything. Okay, so that's better. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. So since I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and delete the history. Alright, so now we got a nice polygon. It still looks pretty decent. I'm gonna bring out the outliner. So another requirement this thing needs is it's gonna have to have multiple textures, which I've done. It's got multiple textures. And I named it the way it is because it's gonna get convoluted. If you don't, you're not gonna understand what these things mean when it goes into the game engine. So I just wanted to make that clear. Name your materials exactly what they're going to be. Okay, so another thing is before you get started, we want to go ahead and group this thing. I'm just going to go ahead and call this body, and then this, I'll give it the name of the car. Alright, this is important because that's what the S2 engine is going to look for. It's going to name this object with this particular tag right here. So, and another reason why you want to do that is because when you group it, it brings that axis down to match with the plane. Uh, Eventually it's going to be a little bit higher like this, and then the wheels are going to be there, but I don't know how that's going to react when I put wheels, because eventually I'm going to make this into a physics-based vehicle. So right now we're just going to import that. That's going to be another video. Alright, so now that we're here, again, I want to let you guys know what my workflow is like. I go straight into the folder, go to import. Did I import it already? Let's make sure. Nope, I didn't export it here, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll put it, I have to dig down. So there. So I made a folder called model. So where all my FBX are. So let's go ahead and challenge your body. Yep. All the settings should be right, which I did. You guys should know all that stuff by now. Okay, so now we're here. We'll go ahead and import where that folder is. Right here. It's going to be all the parameters. I know I'm going to make this into 10 units. So I'll go ahead and do it now. So there it is. Just drag it on here. And voila. So it's there. I think it's the right ratio to the other characters. So let's just stand it near. It's a little bit big, but that's fine. So that's where the tires. So you just gotta guesstimate. I think that's cool. All right. So it's got the cross hatches, which is good. That means the UVs are actually where it's supposed to be. So now we change it to this button right here. This shows the object. This is textures. So we want to go there. Right now we're just going to texture this thing. So remember I told you to rename the balls, actually name it. So the textures. So I usually put it in that view so I could see everything. I made a whatchamacallit in here, a target file. It's a dummy. So what I like to do, actually it's not even there anymore, is it? So, oh man, it's gone. I gotta make one real quick. So let me just make a target file so I could put something on there. So go ahead and make it white. Save as. So I'll put it in that folder. Make it targa. It's gotta be 24-bit, so I just call this white and make it into 24-bit. Okay. I like doing that because it gives me something to place. Okay, so now I put it in there. That should turn white, see? This is why. So now I know where it changes. If I didn't have that and then I put something, I could have made it black. And I put something on there, I wouldn't know if it was actually supposed to be for the body. So you come over here. Okay, come over here and you make it gray. Thought I wasn't recording. And that's pretty good. So you go through the entire procedures to get all the colors. So you got the chrome, get that white again. Make sure that, yep, so got that chrome going on. We could change the reflection on this. Let's make it brighter. Alright. Let's do the windows. So let's try that right now. Yep. Give the window a nice kind of like gray too. Let's now come over here. Hit the alpha channels. And right here. 0.3. And let the sun hit it right there. So give it a nice shine. and that's it. And you just have to go through the entire thing. And since we named it all the same, what it corresponds to, it should be a lot easier. Let's try this one and take a look at the. So this is why I put like a white um, material. So let's say you didn't know where this is supposed to be, but at least the white material or whatever color you want it to be will give you an indication of where that is going to be changed. So there it is. It changed right there at the tail light. So now I know that that's the one that I'm going to be changing. So, and it's red. And I just bring down the rest of the settings. Okay, that's it for now. Next tutorial will be adding the tires, and hopefully I could get this thing to have the physics. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.